Manchester United 2, Nottingham Forest 3, and that was an absolutely disgraceful game, disgraceful performance, disgraceful result. It was fucking shite, and I'm absolutely seething. Nottingham Forest capitalised on Manchester United's defensive blunders to record their first win at Old Trafford in almost 30 years. And let's talk about the lineup first of all. To be honest, I wasn't happy with it whatsoever. You had Garnacho starting in the front three, and I'm just not happy with that front three of Bruno, Garnacho and Hojlund. We've seen it, we saw it many times under Erik ten Hag, and it just didn't work. It didn't work out under Erik ten Hag, so I'm not sure why Ruben Amorim is continuing to persist with it. Personally, I would have gone with a front three of Ahmad, Bruno and Xerxes, and then played Mazraoui at right wing back, then Garnacho at left wing back, then a midfield two of Casemiro and Mainu, and then obviously with the same back three. But so I wasn't really happy with the team, and Man United did start very poorly. We give away a corner in the second minute, and it looks like as if we've not learnt from our mistakes from the Arsenal game, because we concede from another set piece. Nottingham Forest win a corner within the first minute, and the set piece is whipped in from the right by Anderson, and Milenkovic rises above Martinez to power a header past the stationary Onana and into the back of the net. It's poor defending by Manchester United, but huge header by the Forest centre-back for his first goal of the club. And in my opinion, Martinez needs to be a lot stronger. He's basically bullied off the ball, and we're kind of seeing the lack of height that Lisandro Martinez has in these defending situations, and also him defending the channels as well. I don't think he was particularly great at that today either. But Man United do respond well, I have to admit. In the third minute, a couple minutes later, Man United go up the other end and go close to equalise straight away. They break quickly, and Garnacho races into the box and then chips a cross into the box from the right for Hojlund, who would have had a free header at goal, but he can't quite reach it, and Forest do clear as well. Amad Diallo then has a shot in the 10th minute to try find the top corner, but the ball flies narrowly wide the post. Diallo then also cuts in from the right side and lays off a ball to Bruno on the edge of the box, who fires a curling effort towards the bottom left hand corner. However, it's always heading wide, and it doesn't trouble Sells. Thankfully though, Manchester United do grab a equaliser in the 18th minute. Hojlund with his second league goal of the season to make it 1-1. Ugarte makes a run from midfield, and he slides the ball through to Garnacho, who only has Sells to beat, but the keeper makes a great save to deny him. However, the rebound falls to Hojlund, who is in the right place to fire the ball into the back of an empty net from close range to make it 1-1. And the equaliser had been coming, in my opinion, because Manchester United had seen 79% possession of the ball since conceding that poor set piece corner in the second minute, and they had created a couple of chances as well to equalise. So that was Hojlund's 12th Premier League goal in his second season here, with 7 of them putting his side ahead. Indeed, at that point, Manchester United had never lost in 11 such games when Hojlund had scored, winning 10 and drawing 1. It was a really well-worked move as well, that equaliser. Ligt has the ball, and then he waits for Bruno Fernandes in the number 10 position to make a movement and then make himself available for that pass. Ligt then plays him the ball, and then Bruno lays it off to Ugarte, who runs basically into space. Garnacho makes a nice run. Ugarte gives it to Garnacho. He has a shot, it's blocked, but it comes to Hojlund, and then Hojlund puts it into the back of the empty net. But however, Forest do go up the other end, and they hit the post in the 27th minute. Ugarte gives away a free kick after an Ahmad pass sells him short. A deep free kick is whipped into the penalty area and met by the head of Milenkovic at the far post, who heads it back across goal towards Jota, who powers his header towards goal. It appears to be heading in, but the crossbar saves Manchester United so close to a second Forest goal, unfortunately for them. They do get another chance as well in the 33rd minute. Morello should fire. He should have scored this chance, Morello. Another corner that Man United don't deal with, unfortunately, and the ball falls to Jota at the far post, who pulls it back to Morello in space in the 6-yard box. He should score, but somehow fires the ball inches wide of the right post as well. Man United, though, do get another chance just before half-time in the 41st minute. They hit the bar. The United skipper steps up to take a free kick in an excellent shooting position around 25 yards out. He gets it up and over the Forest wall. It appears to be flying straight into the top left-hand corner, but it strikes the woodwork. The free kick, though, did deflect off the wall, but, you know, Man United were probably unlucky to not score from that free kick. It probably deserved the goal. It was a really nice struck free kick. But in terms of halftime summary, I think we were all quite poor, in my opinion. We weren't winning enough duels against Forest, and you know, there were a couple of players there. I think Ahmad was involved in 4 duels and he lost all of them. But it wasn't just Ahmad. I think overall, we were kind of not that good going forward and creating kind of clear-cut chances. I think we were quite poor. And, you know, even though we did dominate possession, you know, it wasn't a particularly amazing half from us, in my opinion. If we just have a look at the stats at halftime. So there are your stats at halftime. You've got Man United with the we look at the live win probability as well. 52% that Man United are kind of predicted to win. 7 shots, 4 on target, 73% possession with 91% pass accuracy. And you can have a look at Forest there. 65% pass accuracy, 27% possession. They didn't necessarily offer too much going forward, but Man United not necessarily. We didn't create that many clear-cut opportunities in the first half. And you know, in terms of touches in the box, Manchester United had 14 and Nottingham Forest had 6. So, you know, it wasn't really that kind of convincing. However, we did give up 2 more goals in the second half, which were very poor goals to give up. I think the first goal, of course, we conceded wasn't great either, from a corner, you know, looking like we've not learnt from, you know, the Arsenal game. So, yeah, that's Amorim in 6 months' time. But, yeah, so in terms of the second half, Forest do take the lead in the 47th minute. Fernandes loses the ball deep in his own half. He tries to play a pass to Lenny Yoro, but Lenny Yoro is kind of running too quickly to kind of grab the ball. And then Forest race forward with Hudson-Odoi playing the ball to Gibbs-White on the edge of the penalty area, who powers a shot towards goal. It appears to be straight at Onana, but does swerve dangerously and flies past the keeper, who should be doing better with that effort. Forest won't care though, and they lead 2-1. And I think Onana definitely needs to be doing better there. Even though it is a free shot, it is straight at him, and yes, of course, it does swerve. However, Onana, in my opinion, needs to be doing a lot better. But also, Bruno gives away the ball in the centre of the pitch when we have possession as well, and you really don't want to be giving away the ball in that area, because it led to a goal scoring opportunity, and Forest did capitalise on that mistake by Bruno Fernandes. So it's not really good play from us, and Forest do get another chance in the 50th minute to almost make it 3-1. Aina delivers a lovely low cross into the box from the right wing to find Wood unmarked at the back post, who flicks it towards the bottom left hand corner, but it flies just wide, unfortunately. So Forest are actually the first side to score inside the opening 2 minutes of both the first and second half in a Premier League game against Manchester United. And the Forest, unfortunately, they grab another goal in the 54th minute, and it's good work out wide by Gibbs-White, who delivers a high deep cross into the box, but it's met superbly by Wood at the far post. The striker powers a looping header towards the top right corner, and it's a big mix-up by Onana, Ligt and Martinez, who all try and leave it to another, and it ends landing in the back of the net. Onana should have come and claimed it, in my opinion, but Ligt was poor for that, Martinez was poor for that, Onana was poor for that. Any one of them could have easily cleared that ball, but unfortunately it loops into the back of the net to make it 3-1. Man United do make a sub in the 58th minute. Garnacho does go off for Rashford, and again, I wasn't particularly impressed by Garnacho. I personally would have started him at left wing back, and then I would have pushed Ahmad further forward, because Ahmad has been our best attacker this season, and it's clearly shown when Man United do grab a second goal to make it 3-2 to Forest. Man United do pull one back, and it's Fernandes to make it 3-2. They counter quickly with Diallo doing brilliantly down the right wing. He races into the box and runs out of space to get a shot himself, so he cuts inside and he lays it back to Fernandes. The Manchester United skip has time and space on the edge of the box to curl the ball into the bottom left corner of the net, and Man United make it 3-2. It was brilliant play by Ahmad, and like I mentioned in my preview, and like I've been mentioning in countless videos, like, I really want to see Ahmad further forward. I think he's wasted at right wing, and he has been our best attacker like playing from a right wing, from right wing back, sorry. Like, he's playing in a back five, he's playing at right wing back, and he's been our best attacker. You could argue, yes, he's got a lot of space out wide to work with, which, yes, I do understand, but, maybe we do kind of need to see him further forward, because Garnacho didn't really offer me anything going forward, and, in terms of that front three, Hojlund, Garnacho and Bruno, I think Bruno was probably the best player. But Man United do make a sub in the 65th minute in Ligt and Euro do go off for Maguire and Mazraoui. Then we make another sub, and Ugarte and Bruno come off for Xerxes and Mount. And then you see a double pivot of Mainu and Mount. I think Mainu didn't have a particularly good game, and he probably should have been bought off, or bring off Ugarte and just put on like Mount and have a double pivot of Mount and Bruno or something. But I don't personally believe that Bruno should have been bought off. I think he had a decent game, and we looked. He played a part in both the goals that we scored, but he also kind of gave up the ball in the centre of the pitch, for Forest's second goal, I think. So, a little bit of a mixed bag afternoon for Bruno, but I don't personally think he should have been bought off when we're looking to grab an equaliser. Manchester United do get a shot blocked in the 87th minute. It's Diallo. He gets the ball on the edge of the box, tries to get a shot away, but it's blocked by Yates, who was basically everywhere for Forest today. He had a really good game, and finally, Man United get another chance in the 94th minute. Mount takes a free kick. Forest clear it, but it comes to Rashford on the edge of the box, who volleys it towards goal, but it's deflected out for a corner. Then the resulting corner doesn't come to anything as well. So, in terms of full-time summary, the 3 goals we conceded were very poor goals to concede. Similar to the game with Arsenal, the corner that we conceded in the second minute, set-piece goal, not great, really poor goal to give up again. Bruno losing the ball in his own half for the second, and then Onana should be saving it. Yes, it does swerve, but he should be saving that, in my opinion, even though it swerves and it's a difficult shot to save, but it's straight at him kind of thing. You know what? I don't think it's that difficult of a shot to save. I think he should be saving that. And then for the third goal, it's a mix-up between Onana, Ligt and Martinez, and then Onana, in my opinion, should have claimed that ball for the third goal as well. You're the goalkeeper. You can use your hands and stuff, of course, because you're a keeper. You need to be coming and commanding your area better than you had been for that third goal. So I think Onana didn't have a particularly great game, and one could argue that of course he was probably at fault for the second and third goal as well. For the corner, I believe it was probably Lisandro Martinez for the first goal that we conceded in the second minute from that corner. Probably Lisandro Martinez needs to be stronger there as well. In terms of our man of the match, I don't think there was any particular player that played really well, but our best player on the pitch was probably Ahmad, and Ahmad has been our best attacker so far this season, but he's playing left wing back, and I think he deserves a chance to be playing in one of the forward positions just to see what he can do there. Bruno was good as well, in my opinion, but everyone else was basically dead. Like, everyone else was not good whatsoever. And our attack, Hojlund, Xerxes, Rashford, Garnacho, Mount and Anthony, to be honest, aren't good enough to be getting Manchester United into the top half of the league, never mind top 4. So, I'm not sure how many of these players are going to survive next season or what have you, because they're not kind of showing me enough. Even against Arsenal, we had 6 touches in the opposition box, and this match, going forward, we're not being clinical enough, and they're not showing me enough in terms of creating clear-cut chances. And Ahmad, like I said, has been our best attacker, and he's playing right wing back. Amorim is probably going to lose all his hair by fucking next year or some shit. I don't know. Let's just have a quick look at the full-time stats here. Let's take a quick look at that. So, full-time stats, you can see here, 17 shots, 7 on target, 72% possession, 88% pass accuracy. We had 5 corners as well. We weren't caught offside, but you could see that, even though we did have more XG, we did look more threatening than Forest in the final third. With the goals that we gave up defensively, we were poor, and we really shouldn't have been giving up them goals. So it was really poor goals to concede as well. So let's have a look at the touches in the opposition box as well. You got 31 touches in the opposition box compared to Forest's 15. Arsenal did have 36 against us midweek, but I think we need to be doing better in the penalty area. So let's just have a look at the Where's the what am I looking for? I'm looking for the stats, I think. Yeah, so expected goals, you can see you can see the shots here. We're kind of dominating. More shots off target, more shots on target. We've got more block shots than them as well. We've hit the woodwork once. They also hit the woodwork once. Shots inside the box 10 compared to Forest's 7. But you can see like we had 10 shots inside the box. But we had only 10 shots on target. I think Sells did have a decent game with their keeper. I think that's what he's called. But yeah, Dalot had a header saved in the 84th minute, but it was a routine save. Wasn't particularly great. Martinez fires a shot over in the 95th minute. Ahmad with another shot. Hojlund another blocked shot there. But in terms of shots, like we did get into their box and we did create some stuff, but we really weren't clinical enough, and we didn't open them up too much. In terms of big chances as well, we created 3 big chances and we missed 2 big chances as well. So yeah, in terms of expected goals as well, we did outperform Nottingham Forest on expected goals, but I still don't believe we deserved all 3 points in my opinion. I believe Nottingham Forest deserved all 3 points simply because how poor we were defensively. So yeah, let's just have a look at the lineup that actually started. Personally, like I said in my preview, you can have a look at that. I wouldn't have gone for this lineup. I really want to see Ahmad further forward. I keep saying it and I'll keep saying it again and again. I just want to see, how can he perform further forward? Like, is he, because further forward, you need to be a little bit more technical in receiving the ball in them tight spaces. Out wide, you've got a lot of space to work with. And I think out wide in this left wing back position, possibly someone like a Garnacho could do a little bit better than Dalot there. So if you put Garnacho in this position and then you move Bruno Fernandes into this left inside 10, then you move Ahmad here and then play Mazraoui here, I think like that could be very interesting to see how that works out, because then you've got technical ballers, like basically in terms of this right side of the pitch. You've got Euro there, Ahmad there, Mazraoui here at right wing back, then you've got Bruno on this side, and if you play Mainu here as well, you've got like a good kind of base there which you can play with in terms of technical ability. And in my opinion, like Garnacho left wing or left inside 10 didn't have a particularly good game. But let's just have a look at these players individually. Onana's got a 3.2 rating here, and I'm not surprised. He was very poor. Like, one error leading to that goal, and then I think 2 goals he conceded were savable. He could have saved both of them. But yeah, so he's got a 3.2 rating for a reason. He wasn't great whatsoever. Obviously, 89% pass accuracy, 3 out of 6 accurate long balls, but defensively, he wasn't good. Like, he could have saved 2 of the goals basically. Euro 5.4 here. He wasn't amazing. He was okay. Like, duels won. He didn't win any of his duels. Duels lost 3 and all of them were aerial, so he didn't win any of his duels, unfortunately. And he still looks a little bit getting used to. I think the chemistry isn't there. For that goal that we conceded, the second one where Bruno Fernandes plays it back into Euro's kind of running away from the ball, and he needs to be anticipating that. He kind of overshoots his run, and he needs to anticipate that Bruno can't be playing the ball into him with that stride. He needs to wait a little bit and kind of wait for Bruno Fernandes to play that ball into him. That goal, I think, that Gibbs-White scored in the 47th minute did come through that Bruno pass to Euro, which Euro couldn't receive, and then Forest intercept it and then go on to score. Ligt 5.6 here. He wasn't particularly he was okay, I suppose. 3, he won all his duels. 1 duel won, and then 2 out of 2 aerial duels won. But in terms of on the ball, it was a little bit slow, a little bit lethargic, not really playing them line-breaking passes into midfield. That central centre-back that we have, who plays there, needs to be making them passes into midfield, and I don't think he did that particularly well. I don't think any of the back 3 played particularly well. Martinez got a 6.1 here, 93% pass accuracy, and he was at fault. Not all at fault for that goal, that last one, that third one that Forest scored, but in terms of his duels, 2 duels won, 4 duels are lost. So he's won 2 out of 6 duels overall. Again, we're not winning enough duels, similar to the Arsenal game. We didn't win enough duels all over the pitch. But yeah, Ahmad, he had a poor first half in my opinion. He didn't win any of his duels in the first half. It was he was involved in 4 duels, if I'm not mistaken, in the first half, and he didn't win any of them. But in the second half, he had a much better second half, and he won 5 of his duels, but he lost 9. I think then overall he lost, like I said, 4 duels in the first half as well. And again, even though he did come away with an assist and he did look very threatening as well going forward, you can see the shots that he's had from the wing back position. He's got 4 shots. I think he needs to be playing further forward. Let's just try him out. Let's just see how he does at the right inside 10 position. If it works, great. Let's carry on playing them. If it doesn't work, then he can carry on playing right wing back. But like I said, I was disappointed that Mazraoui didn't start. I think he should have started. I think Ahmad and Mazraoui, they have been our best players so far this season. So Ugarte's got 7.4 here. He was okay. If we have a look at the duels won, 7 duels won, 5 duels lost, so that's okay as well. We're still not winning. I want us to win the majority of our duels, so I think he needs to be winning more ground duels. We're only 5 out of 10 ground duels won, but in terms of pass accuracy, he had 93% pass accuracy, which is pretty decent. But yeah, Mainu, I think the game passed by him a little bit, even though he's got 92% pass accuracy. What about the duels? Again, it's 7 duels won, 6 duels lost. Pretty even game from him. Pretty okay game from him. Personally, I think later on in the game, I think I wouldn't have taken off Bruno Fernandes. I would have probably taken off Mainu. And then dropped Bruno into the double pivot alongside Ugarte, or just fully gone all out attack and played Bruno alongside Mount in a double pivot, because we're losing to Nottingham Forest at home. We need to be kind of going all out to get 3 points, because even let's just say, even if kind of Nottingham Forest get another goal and make it 4-2, all right, the game's done. But at least we properly went for it. And even though we did see that Mount and Mainu double pivot, possibly it would have been better to see a Bruno Fernandes Mount double pivot. Maybe it's a little bit too spicy, but maybe it's a little bit too attacking. But like I said, we are losing to Nottingham Forest at home. We need to be doing better here. But yeah, Mainu, a decent, okay performance. I think Mainu and Ugarte, they were pretty even in terms of their duels won. They weren't necessarily at fault, I would say, for any of the goals we conceded. They did kind of come from individual mistakes and errors, and Mainu and Ugarte didn't necessarily make any of them. Dalot, I do think we need a better left side here. I think better left centre back. Personally, I think Luke Shaw here would be okay, but I think we need a better left-sided left centre back, and a better left wing back. I don't think Dalot has got the quality, because when you're in them wing back positions, you've got a lot of time and space, and most of the time you're in a 1v1, and then you beat your man, and then you can get across into the box or something. But Dalot isn't that good at doing that. So possibly, like I said, I want to see Garnacho at left wing back. I want to see what he can do. Maybe he can play better with some space here. I think you need to be to play this inside left hand position. You need to be quite technical. You need to be quite football intelligent. You need to have a lot of IQ. And I don't think necessarily that Garnacho is that guy. And maybe even Rashford isn't that guy either. So it's a difficult one. That one personally, I would just want to see how Garnacho would perform here in this left wing back position, and then put Bruno here, and then play Ahmad here, and then Mazraoui there. But that's just me. Yeah. So Bruno Fernandes does come away with a goal. I think he was decent. I think he was okay. He did. How many chances did he create? I think chances created 2. Error led to goal 1. So like I said, Onana had an error leading to a goal, and then Bruno Fernandes had an error leading to a goal as well. So in terms of giving away sloppy goals. We definitely gave away sloppy goals. But Bruno Fernandes had an okay performance apart from that goal. Apart from that giveaway goal that Nottingham Forest, that second one that we conceded. So, like I said, two chances created. So, what's his pass accuracy? 78% pass accuracy. He could be doing a lot better there. Sometimes he did try to switch the ball, and it just didn't come across. Accurate crosses, only 0 out of 6. That's not really good enough. And then accurate long balls, 3 out of 6 as well. So let's have a look at the duels as well. Duels won 4, duels lost 4 as well. So again, we're winning like 50% of our duels. I think we need to be doing a little bit better there. Garnacho, in my opinion, he was poor. He didn't really offer too much for me. Only 2 shots, 95% pass accuracy. Bruno Fernandes, you can see, I think Bruno Fernandes can play in this inside 10 position, but I think he can also play in the double pivot as well. Possibly, one could make a case that we need an entirely new forward line, maybe possibly bring Bruno back into that double pivot and play a double pivot of Bruno and Ugarte. I don't think Bruno and Ugarte were particularly poor against Arsenal, but yeah, maybe against Everton, maybe start that lineup that we saw against Everton, maybe it would have been better. I don't know. But in terms of Bruno, I think he needs to be winning more, a little bit more of his duels. Yes, he did win 50% of his duels, but yeah, in terms of Bruno, he did give away the ball that led to a goal. But two chances created, and he took his goal really well as well. So yeah, have we gone over Garnacho? Oh yeah, we have. But Garnacho, like I said, not really that good in my opinion. Not really offering too much. I don't think he can play in that inside left hand position. He had 5 touches in inside the opposition box, but I don't remember him doing that much with it, apart from that shot that he had, the keeper saved, and then the rebound comes out to Hojlund, and then Hojlund puts it away. Hojlund, he lasted the full 90 minutes, 94% pass accuracy, but we're not getting the ball into our strikers, in my opinion. We're not kind of like the way that we saw Amorim's Sporting play, whereby the striker Gyökeres is basically putting in tap-ins. Possibly it's because the Portuguese league is a weaker league, and like I said, when Ruben Amorim did join, I thought I said that the Premier League is a different kettle of fish. Like, he's not necessarily going to get found out. I think he is a decent manager. I think he's of course he's better than Erik ten Hag in my opinion. But in terms of the league overall in general, like it's a different kettle of fish. Like, everyone in the Premier League, anyone can be anyone on any given day. And unlike the Portuguese league, where you've got the 3 top teams there, Porto, Benfica, and Sporting Lisbon. So and Sporting Lisbon have only had this resurgence under Ruben Amorim. So I think Hojlund, 94% pass accuracy. Shot accuracy is 100%. So 1 big chance missed, 1 shot blocked, 4 touches in the opposition box, but 27 touches overall. So he is getting into some positions there, but we need to be getting Hojlund into positions whereby he is the finisher. Like, our play in the final third is nowhere near good enough. Even if someone like a Gyökeres was playing for us, like I said in my previous videos, he would struggle for us as well. So we definitely need to improve our final third play, and it doesn't really matter like who the striker is. It could be Hojlund, it could be Gyökeres. It doesn't matter. Like, with the chances that we're creating with our final third play, our final third combination play, I think it needs to improve. And then once we're creating clear-cut chances for our forwards like Hojlund, whereby he's getting on the end of things, he's scoring tap-ins as well. That's what you want your striker to be doing. You want your striker to be there, right place, right time, and be scoring tap-ins like Gyökeres is. Like, Gyökeres is basically scoring tap-ins. I know Sporting Lisbon, since Ruben Amorim has left, they've not been particularly doing well. I think they've lost like 2 games in the league or whatever, back to back. But Gyökeres is basically scoring a lot of high scoring opportunities, whereby it's harder not to score than to score. And in terms of Hojlund, or in terms of whoever plays in them forward positions, whoever plays that number 9 role, we're not creating clear-cut chances for them. So yeah, in terms of his duels though, he only won 1 out of 6 duels, Jules won one, Jules lost five, so he needs to be doing better in terms of Jules as well. I think in terms of Nottingham Forest though, I think they did play really well. But like I said, I think our Onana and our back three didn't really have a particularly good game. So in terms of our substitutes, they were pretty bang average. Marcus Rashford's got a 6.7 here. He was okay. He had that shot that was blocked in the 90th minute. Touches 25, touches in the opposition box 0. Again, not many touches in the opposition box. Successful dribbles 1 out of 2, accurate crosses 2 out of 4. Long balls 1 out of 1. Jules Jules won 1, Jules lost 1. Again, he needs to be doing a little bit better for me. 6.7 isn't bad. I think it's just basically average. Harry Maguire was okay. I think he offered a little bit more. Let's just see De Ligt's pass accuracy 88%, and Maguire's was 80%. So again, not really much can be said. He did win all of his duels though, which is good. Unlike, I think De Ligt, did he win all of his duels? De Ligt also won all of his duels as well, so that's decent. Mazraoui, like I said, he should have started in my opinion. I think we need to start our best players every single flipping game. Like Mazraoui and Ahmad, and you know what, possibly even Bruno, I think. Bruno was decent this game, and he's picked up some form after this international break, and after like Erik ten Hag's been sacked, he's been okay. Under Ruud van Nistelrooy he was decent, and under Ruben Amorim he's been alright as well. But I think Mazraoui, Ahmad, and obviously of course Bruno is captain. They basically just start in every game. I think definitely Mazraoui, we did miss him. 86% pass accuracy, tackles 1, 3 out of 3. Jules 1, 3 out of 4. Jules 1, so he did win the majority of his duels, which is decent. Tackles 1, 3 out of 3 as well, so he was decent as well. Passes to the final third 9. I think Euro wasn't necessarily passing the ball into the final third really well. Let me just have a look at him. Passes in the final third too, so Euro lasted 66 minutes there, and he had 2 passes into the final third. And then you've got Mazraoui who comes on. Euro lasts 66 minutes, and he comes on from Mazraoui, and then Mazraoui has 9 passes into the final third. Where is it? 9 passes into the final third compared to Euro's 2. So Mazraoui, I think he needs to be starting in that either at right wing back or right centre back. Mazraoui and Ahmad, I think they need to be starting every single game. Mount didn't do particularly much for me. Only 14 minutes, so can't really kind of complain really. 5 out of 6 accurate passes, touches 9, touches in the opposition box 0, tackles 1, none. Duels, again, we're not winning the majority of our duels. Another player who's not won the majority of his duels, only 1 out of 5 duels won, so that's not great. Xerxes again was average, didn't really do anything, but I can't really complain because he was only on the pitch for 14 minutes. So touches in the opposition box 0. So Rashford and Xerxes do come on, and they have 0 touches in the opposition box. Like that needs to be alarm bells, because we only had 6 touches in the opposition box against Arsenal as well. Like that needs to improve a lot. But yeah, in terms of like overall, in terms of the overall game, let's just have a look at Rashford again. Yeah, Rashford touches in the opposition box 0. Xerxes touches in the opposition box 0. Hojlund, how many touches in the opposition box? 4. Yeah. So I think overall we had 31 touches in the opposition box. And our striker Hojlund had 4, and he lasted 90 minutes. Rashford and Xerxes had 0. Like, that needs to be alarm bells ringing, because that simply isn't good enough. So in the final third, we definitely need to be a lot better. In terms of the goals that we gave up, they weren't good. But yeah, nothing. I've got nothing more to say. It was a poor result, and defensively we of course we were poor. We gave away really, really poor goals. But I think going forward we didn't really do enough for me to kind of come away with a draw or win. But yeah, I think credit does need to go to Nottingham Forest. They did play really well, and they basically scored from 3 kind of the goals that we gave up were poor, the 3 goals that we gave up, but they only had 27%, 28% possession, only had 0.69 xg, and they really did make the shots they had count. They had 11 shots on target. Sorry, they had 11 shots, 3 on target, and the 3 shots they had on target, they scored from all of them. Whereas Manchester United, like, we have a look at our shots, we had 17 shots, we had 7 on target, and we only scored from 2 of them. So Nottingham Forest were more clinical than us. Even though we had a higher XG, I still don't believe we deserved to win the game. I think Nottingham Forest fully deserved all 3 points. So yeah, where does that leave Manchester United in terms of the Premier League table? Like, yo, it's not looking good, bruv. Like, honestly, I don't think we should necessarily sack the whole season off, because top 4 is obviously gone, you know. But the bare minimum we need to be doing is like finishing in a respectable position in the league. Like 15 games played and we're 13th. I think this is the lowest that we've ever been in a Premier League campaign. I don't know, I could be wrong, but you know, we can't just sack the league season off because we're not getting top 4. Like, you know, are we gonna get relegated? No, we're not gonna get relegated, of course. But we genuinely could finish like bottom half of the league, and that is a serious concern for me. I don't want us to be finishing in the bottom half of the league. You know, like that would just be so embarrassing for a club of a stature like Manchester United to be finishing bottom half of the Premier League. But yeah, in terms of where does that leave United, we are 13th in the league. We haven't moved up. We can't move down because we are, even if West Ham do win, if they win, they'd be on 18 points. So we can't move down. We are going to be on 13th up until we play Man City next week at the Etihad, which is going to be another tough game, and I'm not looking forward to that game whatsoever. And it's not pretty reading for us right now, like being 13th in the league. If we had won against Nottingham Forest, like, we would have moved up into the top half of the league, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. And yeah, like, overall, like, I'm so disappointed. I'm so angry. Like, I'm so seething, bruv. Like, fam, it's just not good enough to be. It's just not good enough to be losing to a team like Nottingham Forest when they had like 28% possession, man. Like, we need to be doing a lot better. But anyway, that's it from me. I've been yapping on for too long. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts of the game in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one.